And to trending now, and one thing that's trended on social media, maybe not for the right reasons, is one of the Instagram videos that Joe Biden's White House got a so-called influencer to make and post on social media. They're getting a lot of hot young things to get the word out, get vaccinated. Here's this one, a video by a social influencer that even starred Joe Biden's press secretary.
My name is Cooper, and this is a day in my life as a White House intern.
We did it, Joe. Hey, everyone. Vogue.
Usually I start off with a big coffee. Sorry, they're like really strict in here.
Hey, Jenny. I booked you a nail appointment, love.
Yeah, I didn't tell you to do that.
It's called Initiative.
Hi, White House, this is Cooper. I don't think so. Oh, doesn't matter.
This is actually the entrance to the West Wing. This is so fun, and it's really prestigious.
Hey, POTUS.
Is Olivia Rodrigo still here?
No. We've come a long way in our fight against this virus. We've vaccinated 160 million Americans. Are you getting this all down?
Don't worry, Queen. It's all right here.
Cooper.
Sorry, Miss Jen.
And Jen, don't forget to have fun. Spirit fingers, Mama. We need to get shots in the arms of every single American.
I'm heading to a haircut.
Joining me is Daisy Cousens, a YouTube star with their own video channel. I think could do a much more influential job, but never mind, that's just me. Daisy Cousens, how did that video go down in influencing Americans to go get vaccinated?
Oh, well, Andrew, I mean, the material effects of it have yet to be seen, but I can tell you one thing. It did not go down well on conservative Twitter. Let me tell you that. Even Donald Trump Jr. was tweeting about this little video. So, yeah, it remains to be seen, but certainly there were a lot of people who thought it was just a little bit too much. And look, I have no problem with the White House doing a vaccine push. You know, that's kind of their job. And yeah, they want to engage young people, fine. It's a good idea to use social media influence to do that, because under 25s now, they're not really interested in Hollywood celebrities so much as they are TikTok influencers. So, okay, you want to do that, fine. Some of these influencers have been cool. They've done sort of, you know, one-on-one interviews with Fauci. You know, that's a fairly productive way to influence young people. But this kind of stuff is so kind of hyper-woke and hyper-partisan that I fear that the White House is casting too small a net, because really with this guy, you're only going to convert the already converted, you know, young people who are so woke that they use being vaccinated to virtue signal. But if you have conservative young people, and there are a lot of them in America, or even just apolitical people under 25, they're going to look at that comedian playing that role and go, I'm sorry, what? You want me to do what? What? Why would I get vaccinated? Because you're prancing around the White House. So look, the White House wants to engage young people to get vaxxed. Okay, fine, you do you, but probably it would be sensible to cast a wider net rather than just these kind of wokey-zoomer types.
Well, I think they've got the woke, well-off and white demographic sorted, but I'm not quite sure that's where the problem is. What I find curious in Australia, like, we've got one of the lowest death tolls from this virus in the world. We've got one of the lowest death rates even now in the world. But it seems to me we also obsess about this virus more than almost any country in the world. When you look at social media trends and Twitter trends and all that, is that the divide you're seeing too? That, you know, virus is all we can talk about in Australia, but Twitter trends overseas show an interest in far more stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a fascinating distinction. I mean, I spend a lot of time on the internet, as you know, and you know, Twitter tends to trend. There's quite a bit of COVID stuff on and off, but honestly, I have never seen Australian Twitter more obsessed with COVID than it has been in the last 3 or so weeks. It is just relentless, and if you compare it to the US trends or the UK trends, nothing like that. It's, you know, a little bit of COVID, but it's sports figures, celebrities, TV shows, a bit about Governor Cuomo resigning, all of that kind of stuff. But Australia, it's just hashtag Gladys must go, hashtag Gladys resign, hashtag a Gladys cluster, hashtag slow-mo in regards to the vaccine rollout, hashtag COVID. This is this sea of COVID hashtags. And let me tell you, none of it is polite or buoyant. The climate is absolutely acidic. It is the most toxic I've ever seen it, to the point where I actually hesitated tweeting one of my YouTube videos about COVID a few weeks ago because the climate time it was so bad. And let me tell you, it takes me a lot to hesitate about tweeting anything. So it is a very strange distinction. I think part of it is a bit of schadenfreude from the left because of the New South Wales Liberals situation. And a lot of it is because politicians have terrified Australians into thinking COVID is the next bubonic plague, which of course it is not.
I think that's exactly correct. We are obsessing and obsessing, even though we're about the safest country in the world. It is just really quite perverse. And I wonder how we snap out of this. Daisy Cousens, thank you so much for your time.